What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update, guys. Coming on the supposed special counsel Jack Smith. Looks like he's gearing up to get himself tossed off this case for good this time, getting his Trump case ended for good by Judge Eileen Cannon. She has warned him multiple times, guys, and he has failed to adhere to her warnings, telling him to slow down, guys. She is going to take this case at a normal pace. Jack Smith is trying to get Donald Trump tried and on trial as soon as possible before election date this year. Judge Eileen Cannon can see straight through his efforts, guys. And now she's going to slam down on him once again, guys. I'm excited to get this clip and see exactly what Jack Smith has done to get himself in even more trouble. Furthering his risk to getting tossed off this case, guys. From here straight into the clip, and I'll get my thoughts on the back end of the video, guys. So definitely stick around to the end. So you guys get my thoughts on the back end. And also, YouTube push this video out. Definitely stick around until the end, you guys. But let's get straight into it. Before we do that, though, make sure you guys hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button. You guys are on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
Let's get caught up on Jack Smith down at that Mar-a-Lago documents case with Judge Cannon. Jack Smith is throwing a tantrum over instructions she gave to the jury. Anytime he's throwing a tantrum, it's good news. Anytime he says it's unfair or unprecedented or bad, but he is starting to cut off the gloves and just go after her and full on threaten her. This is going to keep getting more and more dramatic. All of these Trump cases, as we get closer to the election, it's like it ratchets everything up. Well, welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug Tenaple. I'm the creator of Earthworm Jim, The Neverhood, Nickelodeon's Cat Scratch, and now I do the news. So let's go to the Hill and let's move me over here so I can still, I got to fit in my shorts. Jack Smith airs frustration with Cannon's embrace of fundamentally flawed instructions. Special counsel Jack Smith aired frustration at U.S. District Court. Judge Aileen Cannon, Trump appointment, arguing that a legal theory from former President Trump that the classified documents recovered from his Florida home were his personal property rests on a, quote, fundamentally flawed legal premise. That's what he claims. The filing Tuesday night, last night, comes as Cannon has asked both sides to propose jury instructions that would take into account Trump's view of the Presidential Records Act, which dictates how records created during a president's term must be handled and later achieved. The law does allow for some records to be considered personal property of the president, but legal experts have rebuffed President Trump's argument that more than 300 highly classified records recovered from his property could in any way be considered personal. So that's what the bad guys are saying. They're going, this can't be personal, guy. This is like national secrets. And Trump could be like, hey, it was a personal letter from, President G or something. Smith's team argued that accepting Trump's theory, quote, would distort the trial. Uh-oh, Smith's mad. The Presidential Records Act distinction between personal and presidential records has no bearing on whether a former president's possession of documents containing national defense information is authorized under the Espionage Act. And the PRA should play no role in the jury instructions the prosecutors wrote. Trump is largely being prosecuted under the Espionage Act, which prohibits the willful retention of national defense information when you're not Joe Biden. He also charged with obstruction of justice for seeking to conceal the records from authorities after they demanded their return. By the way, that last sentence might be the only thing Trump is guilty of, and I don't, big deal. It says he is charged with obstruction of justice for seeking to conceal the records from authorities. They demanded their return, and Trump just said, nope. And that's why he got busted. This isn't treason. Compared to what Biden did, this isn't treason. Compared to what Obama did, this is not treason. Legal observers were baffled by Cannon's recent instructions, asking both sides to weigh two scenarios that largely embrace Trump's view of the Presidential Records Act, despite having failed to consider an earlier motion from him seeking to toss the case on those grounds. See, the problem is, Judge Aileen Cannon's treating this as like a normal case. They consider her slow, but really she's normal. And she's going, I'm not going to get whipped up into a panic just because you guys have a political agenda with this election. I'm a judge. Too bad. The indecision on the matter and numerous other motions have created a backlog of issues in the case, including Cannon's consideration of a new trial date. So see, they're angry that it's getting more complicated and she has things to think about. She's doing normal order. They want her just to panic to the conclusion they want, which is get Trump. That's their conclusion, everything. That's Jack Smith, who's supposed to be serving the people and serving justice. He has one agenda: get Trump. Quote, it is purely a question of law that must be decided promptly. If the court were to defer a decision on that fundamental legal question, it would inject substantial delay in the trial, prosecutors wrote of Cannon's need to rule on the underlying PRA motion before leapfrogging to jury instructions based on the matter. Okay, so here's where they're stepping up their attacks on Aileen Cannon. It's unusual for prosecutors to be so direct in countering a judge's directions, like they're rebelling from her. But numerous lines in the filing suggest impatience with the slow pace of the proceedings. Now, see, they have the confidence of the U.S. government and the White House and the Department of Justice on their side. I think they're threatening Aileen Cannon. They're like, listen, it'd be a shame if you ended up in prison. By the way, that's what happens when people perform actual fair acts. The Department of Justice comes after them, hunts American citizens and judges. At another point in the filing, Smith called it, quote, vitally important that Cannon promptly decide the matter, noting their ability to pursue a future appeal of erroneous jury instructions. See, this is the pressure Jack Smith's putting on her. It's so obvious this is politically motivated. This is election oriented. There's no reason for this to be sped up. And he just wants to get it done before the election because he wants to influence the election. He doesn't care about justice. So now you're up to speed on what happened with Judge Aileen Cannon and Jack Smith. To me, the big news is that Jack Smith is starting to be, the prosecution is being more and more vocal, being a little more bossy with her, pushing on that deadline. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And they're not giving her her own legal jurisdiction as a judge to act as she sees fit with this case. They're the ones politicizing it by trying to speed it up. She is not the one politicizing it by slowing it down. She's addressing all of these things as they come in and treating them as normal. So she's normal. Jack Smith and the prosecution are Department of Justice, Biden apparatchiks with an assignment to speed this thing up and get Trump before the election.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Coming from our friend Doug in Exile. I'll definitely be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below for those who want to go over there and check that out. Also, you guys to go over there and show our friend Doug a bit of love. Oh my goodness, guys. The walls are closing in on that special counsel, Jack Smith, guys. And he knows it. His Trump case is coming to an end, and he knows it, guys. That timeline that he has ticking. Let's not forget this all is a big time game, guys. And Jack Smith knows that as well as we know it, guys. And Jack Smith knows that he's behind the 8 ball a ton. And that's why he keeps coming after Judge Aileen Cannon, trying to rush her, get her to speed up the trying of Donald Trump, this persecution, over the special documents. Not going to work. Judge Aileen Cannon has seen through it since the beginning, guys, and that is why, it seems like she's dragging her feet at this point. It's because she's trying to work and be as diligent and as thorough as she could be on this case, because she knows special counsel Jack Smith is trying to, pull a fast one by trying to rush this thing and get Trump tried and on trial before election date this year, guys. This is one of the most blatant election interference, efforts coming from one of these rogue agents, Jack Smith, showing that his only motive is to get Trump. And we're seeing that, all around the board. We're seeing that, Fani Willis's motives have came out, and she's getting, lots of questions, lots of investigations launched on her. Letitia James up in New York, Judge Arthur Ingram, Alvin Bragg, guys. All these entities, they're no different, guys. They all have one motive, and they're trying to get Trump. It's ultimately up to our judges in our higher court system, to not let them and be like a shield for Donald Trump, not letting them, weaponize and bring about these charade cases and these kangaroo courts against Donald Trump. This is definitely very fun to watch. Jack Smith is sitting there, and you can see him panicking, guys, every time that, Judge Aileen Cannon slams down and says that she's going to need a little bit more time to decide, or a little bit more time to make a decision, guys. You can see Jack Smith, twiddling his thumbs, getting anxious, guys, like, hey, if you don't make a decision soon, I'm going to start sending more threats, and you know what Judge Eileen Cannon does when she gets those threats from, Jack Smith. That's when she really starts to drag her feet and slow this whole thing down for Jack Smith, guys. Essentially completely ending Jack Smith's Trump case, guys, because this is all a big time game, and Jack Smith is way behind the 8 ball at this point, guys. He should have had things way further than what they are at this point, guys. And Judge Eileen Cannon is taking her time making sure this thing is thoroughly, put together. Jack Smith will not be able to rush through it like he initially thought. He thought he was going to be able to, be that pushy pushy prosecutor that he is. Coming after Donald Trump, and the judge will just be on board like we've seen up in New York with Letitia James and Arthur Ingram, guys. If that's not the case, definitely glad to see that we've got a judge that errs on the side of justice. We haven't seen that in a while. We've got a judge that errs on the side of justice, presiding over this case, guys, not letting Jack Smith get to Donald Trump in the timing that he would like. Guys, definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts, guys, on this huge victory. Another victory coming for Donald Trump against one of these rogue agents, guys. They are not going to be able to, persecute Donald Trump. All this blatant election interference needs to be stopped. I'm glad we got Judge Eileen Cannon rescuing us from all this madness, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Also hit that share button, guys, and share this out to as many Facebook friends as possible, guys. Share the truth. Also make sure you guys hit that like button. It doesn't cost a thing. Hit that like button for your boy, and also hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on next week. Yo, what's happening, Retro fam? Are you guys looking for a way to connect with your boy Retro and the Retro fam on a day-to-day basis? Look no further, guys. Memberships have now been launched where you can gain exclusive access to chat with your boy Retro and the community and gain perks, guys. Just hop in the description box below and check out the link for memberships, guys. You can subscribe on a monthly basis to chat and have exclusive perks with your boy Retro and the Retro community, guys. Check that out in the description box today.